Well, hey there, and welcome back for another Secondhand Opinions video. I'm Jason Alderman, the internet's favorite fat mouth, fat ass, bringing you fat stacks, fuck facts. Did you guys catch the debate last night? The final debate, the third debate-ish, whatever. I sure did. And, you know, parts of it were kind of freaking hilarious. Parts of it were unfortunate. Parts of it were pretty dang telling. I wrote down a few bullet points here. I wanted to let you guys, you know, kind of mull over some of these ideas a little bit. Let's go have a look at it real quick. First thing I wanted to mention is the moderator was better, but still showed her obvious implicit bias, and she kept interrupting Donald Trump while letting Joe Biden interrupt her. She would try to shut down Donald and then let Biden chase in and interrupt the situation. So it was a little obvious there, but heck of a lot better than the first debate. If Hunter Biden's laptop doesn't deep six Joe's career, and the corruption connections to the big guy doesn't bring him down, and finding out that Harris was in on it along with the Schumer, Feinstein, and that little conglomerate over there, doesn't change voters' minds, and maybe last night was enough to convince them. Stumbling, mumbling Joe couldn't answer half the questions. He just resorted to talking trash and lies about Donald Trump while denying and lying about the things that he has said in recent past and throughout his 47-year political self-enrichment scheme, selling us out by selling political favors to those who would do us dirty, like China and Russia. Joe basically did the worst things possible up there on that stage last night. He told the American voters that he doesn't care if they feel like they are better off now under Donald Trump than they were under he and Obama's reign, and that if elected, he would seek to undo as many of the changes as he could, to include a return to Obamacare, another year of COVID lockdowns, and the dissolution of Americans' recently garnered energy independence, as well as seek to put the fossil fuel industry out of business. Aside from all of that, I think the worst thing that he could have possibly did for himself last night is what he did do was take a stance on leftist issues, because the party is divided between the left-ish and the far, far left-ish. They don't agree on these topics, so taking a stance in one direction means you just cut your votes in half, Joe. When Biden stated that, yes, he would transition the country away from oil, even the moderator seemed taken aback and asked him, why would you do that? So if you missed the debate last night, and for some reason are still on the fence about your vote, then think about the riots, because those will be becoming the new normal. Think about your job, or lack thereof, because under Biden you likely won't have one of those anymore. Think about your health care. Now think about being fined if you don't do what they tell you to do with that health care. Think about the lockdowns and the 94% or higher survivability rate. Then think about all of the businesses that will never reopen, the shopkeepers who went under. Think about the Russia collusion circus and all the time and taxpayer dollars pissed away on a blatant attempt to frame Donald Trump for the things they knew they were doing, and they were going to bite them in the ass now that they couldn't hand the baton off to Hillary. Maybe you remember her "we'll all hang from nooses" comment. I want you to think about everything Donald has done. The First Step Act, Operation Legend, hundreds of missing or trafficked children rescued, the immigration crisis averted, Platinum Act, the best economy ever, rising wages and lowering unemployment for POC. COVID was supposed to take 2 million American lives, and even with the doctored numbers, it'll take us another 8 years to get close to that. They want to complain about his response to COVID. Well, seems he wasn't terribly off when I know he gets the best medical treatment on the planet, but he was in the hospital for a weekend and came back fighting. He was seen dancing on the stage a few days later. Joe Biden couldn't seem to answer any of the questions without bringing up Donald Trump first. At least half of his response to any given question was how Donald Trump sucks, how Donald Trump doesn't have a plan, or Donald Trump didn't do well, or this, that, or the other thing. Jojo, even Donny slapped you in the face with that notion last night. What have you done in 47 years that you are happy about? What is it that you have done in the last near 50 years that you feel proud of, that the populace is happy that you did? You're trying to run on "I hate Donald Trump." I hate Donald Trump isn't a policy position. Your Green New Deal is absurd. Your stance on fracking and the lying about it didn't help you. You've been playing underhanded politics games for far too long, and your mind isn't strong enough to keep the truth straight from fiction anymore. Because you have no positions, you simply pander to your base, but your base is divided. I think last night, Joe, you done put a fork in it. Your career is pretty much over. Let's all pretend like our opinions matter and leave them in the comments below. And remember, this is social media, so do all the things.